Hi everyone, this is our family ornament for the month and it's super easy, and what we're going to make is a snowman holding stockings. We don't need too many tools, as you can see. We're going to start out by rolling a fat white log about 3 inches long. Then you're going to flatten it a little bit, and this is going to be the base that we put all the stockings on. And make sure when we do put the stockings on that you press the stockings on. Don't just kind of stick them up on the bottom. Press them onto the actual piece there. And when you personalize this ornament, the names go on the white part of the stocking. Now I'm doing 5 stockings I try to do for every family ornament that I'm making it for a 5-member family. But you can adjust that. You can make it for 3 people, 4 people, 5 people, 6 people, even 7 people. 8 might be pushing it, but it can be done. So we're going to shape all those 5 logs you're going to make into stockings. Very easy to do, as you can see. Just shape them, attach them to each other, and make sure you press the top of that stocking on to your base piece. Now you can do lots of variations with this. I have the Santa holding the stockings. Um, I have elves holding the stockings. And actually this ornament here, you can change the color of the snow. Well, you can't change the color of the snowman. The snowman will always be white. But you can give him a black hat. You can change the color of his cap if you want. Lots of things you can do. You can make the top of the stockings red or green. Instead of making his hands out of snow, you can make it like he has black gloves on or whatever color gloves. But there's a lot of variations you can do with this ornament. Now we're going to roll a white ball for his head. And I just want to say that all the ornaments that I'm making in the club are all ornaments that I have made for my craft shows in the past. And they've all been very good sellers. And I don't know how many of you are going to be selling your ornaments. But the thing I always had to do when I was making ornaments, you have to figure in the time it takes you to make the ornaments, the amount of clay you use, everything to come up with a price. Now this ornament I sold for $12 at the shows. Of course, I haven't done shows in a few years. But it's also how fast you can make the ornament. Now I can make the ornaments pretty quickly, especially if I'm not doing it under a camera. So for me, if I could make 10 ornaments in an hour, and that's just making them, it's not the baking and the final painting. But when you're figuring out your price, make sure you pay yourself a good, decent hourly wage. It's really sad if you're a crafter and you're making your creations and you're selling them and you only end up making maybe $1 an hour. That's really not worth it. This snowman I'm doing in the blue. You can do them in, like I said, in any colors. These colors were big a few years ago. People loved them. But I have found that depending on what part of the country you're in, some things will sell in one place like hotcakes, and then in another place they don't sell at all. I made several snowmen with snow shovels. They were looked good, did well. When I was selling them more towards the northeast, they sold great. But when I went down to the southeast, people were saying, "What is he holding?" And you know, we don't have snow shovels down in the south. Well, we do, but I wouldn't say that there are very many of them. We hardly ever get snow. So that was not exactly something that sold well in the southeast. And the other thing that didn't really sell well in the southeast were my little igloo ornaments. But that's just kind of funny. I see you would think that the names would go on the blue part of these stockings, but on this ornament they do not. Putting the candy cane garland on. Now these are going to be the snowman's hands on each end holding up the stockings. And the reason I'm kind of making them look like mittens is because very many people will look at it and go, "Well, are those snowballs on the end?" Well, no, those are his hands. This way, I think people will be able to tell better that those are the snowman's hands. I hope. And you can also make the star white. Add a little piece of something on there. And of course, the holly leaves and the berry. The holly leaves are made from small teardrop shapes. And we're going to make the little red berries. And you see how I've rolled out the red into a skinny little piece? Well, you can't see it on the camera. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Now, with the carrot nose, the reason I'm punching the hole in the middle of his face is I'm going to put half of the carrot down in there to kind of anchor the nose a little better. But I have to say that making a carrot nose can be very fragile. I don't make too many carrot noses like this that stick out when I did the craft shows, because when you have to pack hundreds of ornaments on top of each other, stuff can happen, and yes, the nose can break off. So I usually just did the little round nose, but I thought I would show you how to do a little carrot nose. And you stick half of it in there, and the other half is sticking out. And one thing I want to say is you might be better off putting your hook in before you do the nose, because you might squash the nose putting the hook in. I really should have done that. I'm just smoothing out around his mouth. There's his big smile. I was very heavy with this blush. Don't make it quite this heavy. Or maybe he got a sunburn. And as I said before, might be better to put the hook in before you do the nose. And if you use this kind of hook, the paper clip, always make sure you fill in that little gap under. There we are, and that didn't really take too long, did it? And of course, bake him according to your instructions on your particular brand of clay that you use. And there he is. And then you can paint on his eyes and anything else afterwards. There he is, all finished. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time. Bye.